Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Tomatolito Show. Thank you very much again for tuning in, and let's recap what we just saw. We just saw Tank Davis knock out in the sixth round. He knocked out Leo Santa Cruz, and it was actually surprisingly a really good fight. It was a really good showing by both. I was a little skeptical earlier in the week as I was recording the preview episode, and slightly skeptical as to what this match would turn out to be, being that there was a big weight difference. In the end, my what I was suspecting, where I was leaning that Gervonta Davis was the bigger body of the two, ended up coming into play. Nonetheless, it was very entertaining. Leo Santa Cruz taking the fight to Gervonta Davis. As you know, Leo Santa Cruz comes with all heart. He puts the pressure of his family, of his people, of his team on his shoulders, and he carries that on to the ring, and he fights with it. You just see the emotion behind his style. He fights with a lot of heart, and he was taking the fight to Gervonta Davis. Punches and bunches is the name of the game for Leo Santa Cruz. El Terremoto showed up to represent. He was not backing down. Nonetheless, early in the fight, you see Gervonta Davis with several big jabs, several big punches, overhands that he hit Leo Santa Cruz with, and Leo recognized the power. Wow, this is a different caliber fighter that I'm fighting here. This is a different type of power that I'm used to feeling, that I'm used to experiencing, and it shook him a bit. Nonetheless, Leo Santa Cruz always goes forward. You cannot deny the heart, and I told you guys, I mentioned it, and I stand by it. There's not a single fight that comes to mind on behalf of Leo Santa Cruz that's a boring fight. There's not a single one that comes to mind where you're not excited at some point, or you're just you feel like I'm watching something special here when you see Leo Santa Cruz fight, right? Gervonta Davis, the speed, the power, the ring generalship. He was getting out punched throughout several rounds. He's definitely experiencing the output. This is what my biggest takeaway was. Yes, Gervonta Davis is still undefeated. He's 24-0. Impressive power, impressive way to end the fight with that big uppercut in the sixth round. Catches him on the ropes and puts him away. Wow, what a knockout. What a knockout. What a coming out party for Gervonta Davis. He's bound to have an amazing, amazing career, and it's gonna get lined up for him, right? He's got Floyd Mayweather, none other than Floyd Mayweather, on his corner, and I'm sure his career is gonna it's gonna skyrocket from here, right? With such a great showing. The power, and this is something that I was saying, the power is the main takeaway that I have here. It's what I was talking about earlier in the week. It's the way that I was seeing this fight play out, as Gervonta Davis is just a bigger frame, and so yes, luckily we had the weigh-in yesterday and there was no issues. So no drama, nothing negative, no negativity to take away from this fight. It was just boxing at its finest. Two styles, contrasting styles, meeting each other head to head in the center of the ring, and you got the power of Gervonta Davis, which ends up being the factor in the fight. Like I said before, his frame is built to go up in weight divisions, and I see him going up in weight divisions in the near future. Maybe in the next year to 2 years, he should be going up to the 140s after he has some meaningful fights in the 135 lightweight division. I see him going up to 140 and eventually ending up at the welterweight division at 147. I think his frame and his power can carry him up that high of a weight division. Leo Santa Cruz loses this fight. This is a big, meaningful fight for him. He loses this big matchup in a really nasty way, right? He got knocked out really, really bad. But again, he gets up. It took him a while to get up, and it was a scary moment there that he wasn't as responsive as we would have liked for him to be. So he did worry. Definitely his family, I'm sure, was worried. The fans were worried, and you as a casual fan, you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, this this is nasty. But he got up, and of course, all smiles and very positive attitude on his end. So that's refreshing to see. What's in store for Leo Santa Cruz in the future? He's got a lot of big names at 130. If he chooses to stay at 130, which I hope he does. I hope he doesn't try to challenge up to 135. He should stay at 130, 126. He's got big names like the Alacran Miguel Burchelt, Oscar Valdez. He's got Shakur Stevenson, who's an up and coming star at 130. Including 2 weeks ago, we saw Lomachenko get dethroned by Teofimo Lopez. Lomachenko, I always felt that he was a little bit small for 135, but his expertise, the elite level that he fights with, is what was saving him, what was carrying him through the 135-pound division. I think Lomachenko would have a huge effect should he come back down to 130. And he has a lot of big names that he can fight, and Leo Santa Cruz is one of them. And that would be an awesome fight to watch. Styles make fights, right? And contrasting styles make fights. This fight, the biggest takeaway that I had, that regardless of how Leo Santa Cruz was seen as the smaller fighter, based on power, based on frame, height, definitely not the smaller fighter, right? Leo Santa Cruz was the taller of the two fighters. By reach, he was he had the lengthier, the longer reach of the two fighters. But in the end, power prevails, and Gervonta Davis just gave himself a good showing, and this is his coming out party, right? As a pay-per-view fight, we don't know the numbers yet. It's too early to see the numbers. Obviously, as the fight just took place a little bit ago, but listen, I hope he did well. I don't think he blew the roof off of this one with a million plus buys, but if he ends up pulling out maybe 200,000 purchases on the pay-per-view, 250,000 purchases, this will be a success for him, because guess what? This is his coming out party. He's not a household name yet, but he's getting there. And with the backing of Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather, he's bound to be a household name fairly soon. So the sky's the limit for this guy, for Tank Davis. Wow. What power, what prowess that he showed. And what bothered me about it is, or at least something that I walked away with, is that as a smaller fighter, he was pressured quite a bit. He was pushed to the brink several times during this fight by Leo Santa Cruz, and it worries me, because when he fights guys like Devin Haney, who's a similar fighter that I see, very technical, good boxing IQ, similar to Leo. However, Devin Haney has the power to back up that IQ at that weight division at 135. That's bound to give problems to Gervonta Davis. Teofimo Lopez, the king, the takeover is real, right? Teofimo Lopez at 135. Look at what we got here. That power, that ring generalship, that ring IQ is bound to give problems to Gervonta Davis if Leo was giving him problems. So nonetheless, no negatives here, all positives. Awesome fight. I'm happy that they both made weight and that there was no negativity on that end of the fight. And what a great showing, right? 6 rounds of top-notch boxing, and power becomes a factor in this one, the deciding factor in this one. And what an uppercut. What an ending to this fight. Gervonta Davis, I'm happy that Leo Santa Cruz is doing well, and that he's okay after that knockdown and knockout. And Gervonta Davis with a solid 24-0 record and another knockout to add to his record. The sky's the limit for this young champion, and I can't wait to see what's in store for him in the coming months and in the coming years. Thank you guys again for tuning in to another episode of the Toma Todito Show, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.